time for some interactive talk. It's the DNA Radio Show with Vince Daniels and you, the audience. Daniels and his audience. That spells DNA. DNA, you're in my heart. DNA, vector in every part in my body. Cell as a nucleus, these nucleus is chromosome. DNA, baby, that spells DNA.
It's the DNA Radio Show. Vince Daniels here. The other guy, Paul Andrews, over there. Welcome to Daniel's audience over on the Lone Star Legend, KCAA AM 1330 in the Lone Star State. God, if you're just joining us, where have you been? We've been here for an hour already, having fun. And but all right, look, first of all, we thank you for all your calls this morning. We ask that you hold off till about 20:25 after the hour. We'll go ahead right now and give you, why don't you go ahead, Paul, and give them the toll-free number to call.
The toll-free number to call us on is 888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050.
And we've been getting lots of emails and phone calls. And as a matter of fact, if you go to VinceDaniels.com and you want to email us during the show, we're here taking your emails. As you send them, we're getting them right here in the studio. We want to welcome right now somebody who familiar to just about everybody listening. This goes back to my childhood, your childhood. He means so much to a lot of us. Before I bring him on, I'm talking about James Drury. The Virginian for 9 years on television. I want to bring you back to your television set, specifically 1962. It's Wednesday night, and this was something that you could count on from 7:30 to 9, right? Every Wednesday night at 7:30, starting in 1962, clear up till 1971, you would hear this sound.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
I figure one good TV theme, Western theme, deserves another, Pablo.
If the audience could see you over here, you look like you were on a horse already riding.
No, the ride-in to the DNA Radio Show. Right?
I had to tell you to curb that.
Percy Faith, of course, did the music for that one. I think this is the most enduring of all, and I love them all. The ones, especially the ones we played last summer. That's the greatest. James Drury, who is going to be appearing opening day at the Nevada Territory Wild West Fair in Reno, Nevada, August 25th, and also at the Western Legends Roundup in Utah, August 26th through 28th. Mr. Drury, it's just a pleasure and a delight to have you here this morning. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Vince. I'm very happy to be here. I'm just back off a trip, and we were out for 3.5 weeks, and we're sure happy to be home. And this is a nice way to start my being off work for a while.
Well, we're going to give you a workout this morning. It was just
that'll be fine.
We profusely, and I cannot tell you how in advance how happy we are that you gave us a full 2 hours this morning.
Well, I'm happy to do it
because your fans are out there, my friend.
Well, I know they are, and I'm so thrilled that the show came back on the air on Encore. It hasn't been on the air for quite a few years. And people got very excited about it. And then we had the release of the first 2 seasons on DVD, and the commemorative edition of the first season in the what we call the 10-box edition also came out. So we have a a multitude of things to be grateful for and happy for this morning. But most of all, I'm happy that the stories are out there and they're being told again. I think they're good stories, and I think they need to be told.
I couldn't tell you how happy I am that DVD is out. I thank you for sending me a promotional copy of that commemorative tin. I don't think since I owned a lunchbox have I seen something so nice as that. It's just wonderful.
Isn't it well done? I think it's really beautifully put together and packaged, and I just love the picture on the cover that you can run your fingers over and feel as if the cast is alive coming out of the box.
Well, I'll tell you, it's very well done, Mr. Drury. I'm very envious of that that Jim has here. Would you prefer I call you Mr. Drury or Jim or James?
Jim, Jim's the name.
Okay, all right. Well, again, it's a pleasure to have you here. And in the course of this, of course, we're also going to read some of the questions that your fans have sent in to us. And I guess we'd like to start by asking you your influences and where you were born and what got you interested in acting.
Well, I was born in New York City, on Manhattan Island, and I left there the first time when I was 6 weeks old, and I've sort of been on the road ever since.
I understand.
My mother was very desirous that my brother and myself should both become actors, and at the age of 8, she booted me on the stage at the Greenwich Settlement House in New York City at Christmas time. I was playing King Herod in a biblical play for children at the Greenwich Settlement House. It was at their drama club, and I didn't really want anything to do with it. I was far more interested in other things, but I had studied the script and I had rehearsed the part, and I came out of a long crepe hair beard and the flowing robes and ranted and raved around the stage there. But I knew my words, and I knew where I was supposed to be. And at the end of the thing, the people clapped, and I was so impressed with that sound of applause, I guess, that I just continued to study it throughout my entire life, through junior high and high school, and majored in drama in college. And I'm, acting is a lifelong study of the human race, and I'm still studying it. So I think I couldn't have been luckier to have my mother insist on my doing that, because it's become a grand passion and a lifelong delight to be a professional actor.
Give me, you have a great definition of acting. Give it to us.
Well, acting is very simple. It's the creation of the illusion of reality, and that's a quote from the book, The Exemplary Theater, by Harley Granville Barker, who was the original director of most of George Bernard Shaw's plays on the London stage. And he was a great expert in the theater and a great theorist and philosopher about the theater. And, of course, when I say the theater, I really mean all of acting entertainment, all motion picture and television acting and stage acting, because it's all the same, it's just on a different scale. And we must make you believe, as an audience, that what you're seeing is actually happening. That's what Aristotle called the willing suspension of disbelief, where we sit and watch across the footlights, and we see something on the stage. We know it's not happening, but we go ahead and agree to believe that it's happening. Mm-hmm. And that's the trick, when you can establish that situation and establish that illusion. Why we have you in the palm of our hand, and we can entertain you.
Well, sure. I mean, we've been listening to these Western TV themes here in the last hour, and you just think, Jim, all the shows that we grew up, Westerns that I grew up as a kid watching, I had no